All right, it's Chris Niccolls here again. We've got a perfect day for this today. We're showcasing a brand new camera, and again, something that we got for you guys early. This is the new Pentax 645 medium format digital camera. But it's unlike any other medium format camera on the market because this thing shoots a lot like an SLR, and it's got a lot of high-end features just like an SLR. The other great thing is we got lots of rain here today, we got lots of snow. I don't have to worry about this camera at all. It's totally weather sealed. This is great for when you want to come to the outdoors, do rugged landscape photography, do outdoor pursuits. It's equally as good in the studio with this giant 40 megapixel sensor. I want to take you guys through this today and maybe catch a few fish on the way. What I love about this camera already is just how much it's like my digital SLR back home. This thing's got 77-point multi-segment metering. It's focusing incredibly fast, very sophisticated autofocus system. Certainly the fastest medium format camera that I've personally used. Check out this screen. Look how big that is and how sharp that is. That LCD is something you'd only find on a high-end SLR. Gorgeous viewfinder. And the best part I love about this thing, you guys should be able to see, look at all that water on there. I'm not worried in the least. This thing is totally sealed, it's totally secure. So far everything's still working and we've got no issues. I mean, this is something I can really take out into these rough conditions, just like I would take a high-end SLR. It's a beautiful camera and really good feel to it. Now, as amazing as this camera is, of course, it doesn't mean anything if the images aren't good, but I can assure you the Pentax takes stunningly detailed and very rich photographs. At the heart of this camera, you've got their 40 megapixel sensor. It's huge. It has tons and tons of detail and tons of dynamic range. And some of the other things I love about this camera, they took a low-pass filter out of the front of the sensor, so that's going to enhance your sharpness overall. And also, they've really made a beautiful mirror system. Now, when you take this shot on this camera, you feel the mirror, but it happens after the exposure, so there's really no mirror slap to worry about. And you do have a mirror lockup button for absolute maximum stability. Let's take a picture of John here with the camera, take a shot, and I want you guys to see how much detail we get here. Now, I've got John small in the frame. And now as we look at the photograph and zoom in, you can see, look at this amazing detail. It holds together all that information. It's very sharp and very clear. The other great thing about Pentax is you can shoot in both their proprietary PEF RAW format as well as DNG. So you can open this up in many different kinds of software. You can even process the RAW in camera into a JPEG or TIFF and apply corrections in camera if you want to get that RAW into a usable format right away. All right, so that was a really long, grueling hike, very wet hike, and I had this camera on my shoulder. It was banging into all sorts of stuff, going through wet branches and running into rocks. Very secure. I've never worried about it. This thing is just rugged. That screen's got a tempered glass to it, so it's very hard to scratch. Totally soaked in water, no problems. And one of the things to keep this thing's waterproof is this new lens. Let's talk about our lenses next. This is the new DFA 55mm lens. It's an SDM motor lens, so it's very quick focusing, and this does provide the weather seal for this body. But true to Pentax tradition, you can throw on a lot of other lenses. Their 645 glass, their FA 645 glass, and when you put the FA lenses on here, it actually transmits the chromatic aberration and distortion characteristics of that lens to the camera, so it can be corrected later properly and easily. So that's a very cool feature. Some of the other nice things I like here are the gizmos that really suit a landscape photographer. Hopefully you guys can see that. We've got this bi-directional level, and this will show if the camera's pitching, if it's even. It's a great feature, means you don't have to carry anything separately. I also really like this. You got a tripod screw on the bottom and on the side, so put some plates on there and you can quickly adjust the camera left and right. Quick release for tripod work is easy too. This takes all of Pentax's infrared remotes, and you can also put the CS205 cable switch right in there. Now, a lot of people might worry with this big screen and this big sensor, what's battery life going to be like? But we've got a nice rechargeable lithium ion in here. You're getting about 800 shots if temperature is good, 20 degrees, nice weather. But even down to -10, you're still going to get about 650 shots. That's killer. I mean, this gives you crazy battery life, exactly what I would expect out of a high-end SLR. And again, just more features that bring this camera in line with something like a high-end digital SLR, yet giving you that great medium format quality. It's amazing. Well, we've had a great day here on my favorite creek, dragged my camera crew through all sorts of hell. But we did catch some fish and we did get to play with this brand new camera, so I don't know how you can beat that. It's been a fantastic day. With all these beautiful fall colors, this camera's done such a great job. And it's just been great, guys. I mean, this camera is coming out only a little bit heavier than a D3X. The price is so reasonable. It gives landscape photographers something with serious megapixels and very, very high detail and dynamic range, but in a package that they just don't have to worry about. In the studio, this would be great too. It's rugged, it gives you peace of mind, and most importantly, I think for me, is that this camera is shooting so much like an SLR. We're getting 4,000 of the second max shutter speeds, the focusing's quick, it's rugged, it's got a great grip, it's an SLR viewfinder. I don't see how you can beat this one. This is a great little camera. I think we're gonna have a great time with this when it comes out in the future.